I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your dumpster fire for the week of October 6th to October 12th.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.
World burns.
Okay, let's start this up. Did you guys miss us last week? I bet you did. Well, we missed you too. And if you really want to keep up with us, don't forget to touch my bells and buttons. Write comments about how much you missed me. And Sam and Maggie. Oh, and someone reached out to me and told me that I should put my hair down because I was showing up on YouTube like a soccer mom with a bucket of KFC. And you know what? I'm the internet soccer mom. I'll take it.
That's like telling a woman to smile. It's like, go f*** yourself.
You just got to get you some pearls for the next one.
We're going to have a bucket of KFC in the background in the next one.
Roll in chief. It's Trump versus Clinton. Trump tweeted, I think that crooked Hillary Clinton should enter the race to try and steal it away from uber left Elizabeth Warren. Only one condition, the crooked one. Must explain all of her high crimes and misdemeanors, including how and why she deleted 33,000 emails after getting C subpoena. Clinton responded, don't tempt me, do your job.
Okay. These two need to get a fucking room. The flirtation is just never ending. What did we do to deserve living in purgatory where we repeat 2016 for the rest of our lives? Although he does have the best nicknames.
The crooked one. I mean,
what is he, Australian? Only Australians come up with nicknames like that. They have the best nicknames. I was in Sri Lanka and all the Australians called the woman who sold pineapple up and down the beach Chompers because she had no teeth. And we love Chompers. She invited us to her house. We bought her a new knife, a new machete. Chompers was the greatest.
And you called her Chompers to her face?
Yeah, she loved it. She didn't care. We were giving her so much money. She was working all of us. You don't know me if you don't know about Chompers. The crooked one. I mean, I don't want to laugh.
Proof that we're living in a simulation. OC Robotics has designed a snake-looking robot to do practically anything. It's used to work on things that are in hard-to-reach spots as well as laser cutting. It's fucking horrifying.
I have chills, full body chills right now. If I saw that thing, it would be like that scene in Tremors. You broke into the wrong damn rec room.
Broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you, you bastard?
Get your elephant gun out and like firing it.
Kids, if you haven't seen Tremors, it's a movie that we all watched growing up as kids, and it's terrifying and also amazing because Kevin Bacon's in it. And you need to watch it now.
Yep.
It's a classic.
Boycott of Boycotts. Climate protesters superglued themselves to King's Bridge.
What is the point of this?
I don't understand either. What are you
What
doing?
are you trying to do? Hold up traffic so that people have to walk around you when they're on their way to work? How is this helping people be supportive of their cause?
I don't understand what the purpose is. There's no connection to the climate.
No. They don't have any self-awareness either.
No.
People don't know how to protest anymore.
No.
You're not supposed to super glue yourself to a bridge. You're supposed to, walk for a while.
People show protesters crawling slowly on all fours in a synchronized manner.
We were talking about when we were going over this week's stuff. They had to rehearse that.
Yeah.
Whose mom's garage did they rehearse that in?
I wonder which mom brought the snacks for the Extinction Rebellion rehearsals. Did they miss school? Probably.
Probably.
I would probably do that if I could miss school.
Yeah. I don't know that you'd super glue yourself to the pavement, though. There was
No.
that Jason Howerton's tweet. My absolute favorite thing in the world right now is the moment this climate protester realized that she forgot to take her backpack off before gluing her hand to the pavement.
That was amazing. You can see her take it off and then she's glued. How do you even undo that?
Yeah, there's some sort of solvent.
I would never do that in
No.
LA.
No. I would never super glue
There's
any.
like an earthquake and you're super glued to the ground.
Fall into the crack.
And then you're just hanging from by
Oh
your
my
super glued and over the
Like,
cliff.
This was a mistake.
Thank God I super glued my hand to the pavement.
And you're like, I believe in God now.
And then slowly your skin starts to rip off and you fall to your death.
It always
And
ends
then you're
in the
like,
apocalypse.
At least I didn't die because of climate change.
At least. And then they'd be like, on the way down, this earthquake was caused by climate change.
But then there was the London rave.
Oh, Jesus. It's just nuts. Clean a fucking beach. What are you doing?
And together we will make a difference.
If you want to go do drugs and dance, just go do drugs and dance. Don't try and make a fucking movement. Don't try
Don't
and
pretend.
don't pretend you're doing some shit for the climate. It's fucking disgusting.
Imagine how much more effective that protest would have been if it had been thousands of people cleaning a beach, cleaning beaches around the country.
Or doing literally anything, a park, volunteering, like anything, other than just making a spectacle of yourself for the sake. It's Mediated. If you haven't read the book Mediated, everyone on the internet, go buy it and read it because he predicts all of this shit. And it's all about the self-reflexivity and being super hyper aware of yourself because you're on the internet on YouTube or you're being broadcast live or whatever for the gram and you're now just a piece of shit not doing anything.
No.
What are you doing? How do you go home at night and you're like, well, I saved the world
Really
today.
Made a difference today with my dancing. And then there's Climate Jesus
Oh, boy.
dancing in front of the police.
His dance moves were amazing. This is what a liberal arts degree will get you. This is where you'll end up with a liberal arts degree, kids. So save your $200,000 and don't go to college because you'll end up like this guy in front of a police trying not to laugh hysterically at you. That dancing. I'm going to be pretty grossed out when they start having sex at these things in the streets.
Yeah.
I don't need to see Climate Jesus and the girl who's pretending she's a little weasel or whatever the they're pretending they are, spazzing out. It's like, it is like a weird cult.
It's climate derangement syndrome.
Yeah, it is. It's climate derangement syndrome.
That's going to be a new
is.
thing.
Yeah. It's a mental illness. It's going to be in the DSM. This whole generation that's been terrified by their parents.
Police attempt to remove Extinction Rebellion activists, and one protester bursts into tears while chained to a car. Holding a photo of his children, the protester cries, "I'm just a father of two that's very frightened for their future."
I'm just a father of two children that's very frightened of their futures.
Okay. A, those were fake tears. And B, those kids came out of a frame from the UK equivalent of Target, whatever that is. We probably could have Googled it, but I'm lazy. Like it looked like even the thinness of the paper, it looked like he just grabbed it out of a stock photo frame. And it was like, these are my children. We have issues, but things have never been better for the humans. Like, more people have been lifted out of poverty. More people have medicine. More people have opportunities. And there's a lot of work to be done. If we want to find problems to solve, we can find them forever. Use that energy. I love the energy and enthusiasm, but go take it to
Clean a fucking beach.
clean a beach.
If that's your cause, then there are other ways to do something about it rather than dancing in the streets and super gluing yourself
exactly.
to things.
And let's find solutions to this.
Yeah.
That is not a solution. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm writing about sex robots still, so now I'm in my robotic. I want to have people get creeped out.
Never woke enough. Kylie Jenner deletes videos of new $3 million Bugatti after fans point out people are starving.
It is not, I mean, talk about tone deaf. It is not the time to be parading around ostentatious displays of wealth in the world.
No.
The internet has spread the message that rich people suck and poor people are coming for them. This is like Kylie Jenner's version of Let Them Eat Cake, only I don't think any of the Kardashians would get that reference. maybe Kim would.
Maybe Kim. I was just going to say that. Kim might.
Kim might. She's studying to be a lawyer.
Gluten-free cake.
Let them eat gluten-free cake.
Let them eat cake.
I'm like, let her spend her money however she wants, whatever. And they're like, what did she do to earn that money? It's like, well, a lot of idiots spent money on her product,
right?
And watched their show. So,
right.
You guys made her.
Yeah.
Now you've got to deal with her. Take responsibility for her. People are starving. What do you think? Kylie Jenner is going to solve that problem?
But in real woke news from ABC News, Sesame Street creators said they turned to the issue of addiction since data shows 5.7 million children under age 11 live in households with a parent with substance use disorder.
Yeah, we should have seen this coming back in 2016 when there was the opioid-induced constipation ads on the Super Bowl.
If you need an opioid to manage your chronic pain, you may be so constipated. It feels like everyone can go, except you.
Yeah.
Remember when we were watching it and I was like, we have a problem,
Yeah.
America, when that's a Super Bowl commercial. More drugs to solve the problem of all the drugs you're addicted to that we got you addicted to. I saw a big debate about it. A lot of people were like, let the kids be kids. It's just funny because it was like Elmo, who sounds like he's high on helium, and there was that little cat, and he's like, why is Carly's mom different sometimes, and sometimes she's not?
Carly's mommy was away for a while, but now she's back. But Carly's mommy looks and acts different than she did before.
And he's like, well, sometimes she needs to go to her adult meetings.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
that's the kind of meetings, special adult meetings. I'm like, I go to special adult meetings. Yeah, it's not even like they're just addressing it with characters. They literally created an entirely new character who has like parents in recovery or in and out of Salia.
Both our parents have had the same problem, addiction.
Both of her parents were addicts, and she lived
Is she an orphan?
She lived with her grandparents.
Oh,
her parents are sober now.
And
they
have
go to more kids, and they go to special adult meetings.
I mean,
wow,
that's a hell of a storyline you add to Sesame Street.
That
you
is.
have a problem, America. Get off the fucking opioids. I think, yeah, then if there are that many kids suffering, add freaking Sesame Street characters so they don't feel alone and they have some framework.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be a child of an alcoholic or an addict.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any idea what's going on and you're always being displaced and it's horrible.
Yep.
Keep it up, Sesame Street.
We're living in a South Park.
Oh, we are literally living in a South Park.
Uh-huh.
Not even fantastically living in a South Park.
Uh-huh.
Parody has become reality, and reality has become parody, and now parody has become reality again.
It's doubled. It's doubled back on itself.
Yeah,
An
it's
irony squared.
And it's become literal.
Uh-huh.
It's a Phetasy, actually.
It totally is.
This is a perfect example of the word I made up.
South Park's episode Banned in China got banned in China.
Who here thought they had permission to say anything critical of Chinese politics?
I mean, these guys are my heroes.
Seriously, their statement is amazing. So then they issued an official apology, creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Like the NBA, we welcome the Chinese censors into our homes and into our hearts. We too love money more than freedom and democracy. Xi doesn't look just like Winnie the Pooh at all. Tune into our 300th episode this Wednesday at 10. Long live the great Communist Party of China. May this autumn's sorghum harvest be bountiful. We good now, China?
They're brilliant.
They're brilliant.
We will try as hard as we can, and we will never live up.
We will always fail.
We will always live in their shadow. In the shadow of Trey and Matt.
Uh-huh.
That will be the name of the book we write. In the shadow of Trey and Matt, we tried.
We tried. We even wrote an episode and filmed it.
Hey, yeah, this is a great time to plug our South Park. Brangelina. Bitchelina.
Yep, it's on our YouTube page. You can check it out.
Get wrecked, China! As I'm looking at an iPhone. I was joking last night with my friend. I was saying, what if I just tried to get rid of everything in my life that came from China? I'd just be naked in an empty house. I mean, they make everything.
Yeah.
It's America should just have made in China stamped on it.
Uh-huh.
But we've known this forever. It's just funny to watch globalism collapse in real time.
Yeah, right. Well, this brings us to the capitalism always wins portion. So we're into the NBA, which is quite f***ed up. From
all these companies.
Yeah.
Everybody's sucking China's dick because we have to.
From the New York Times, Daryl Morey, the general manager of the Houston Rockets, posted a tweet supporting protesters in Hong Kong, upsetting the Chinese Basketball Association, led by Hall of Famer Yao Ming. Daryl's tweet said, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." He immediately deleted it and posted an apology. "I did not intend my tweet to cause any offense to Rockets fans and friends of mine in China. I was merely voicing one thought based on one interpretation of one complicated event."
They should have taken some notes from South Park.
Mm-hmm. "My tweets are my own and in no way represent the Rockets or the NBA." The owner said he doesn't represent the Rockets, and then China yanked all Houston Rockets merchandise from their stores.
Yeah, when they scrubbed South Park.
Yeah.
From their internet. This is what people don't understand. It is they censor the shit out of everything. They are terrifying. If China has it their way, the whole world will look like that.
Yeah.
We will all have social credit. It will be a dystopian nightmare.
It will be the reality that they choose
want
to show
us. Yeah, it's just insane. What's funny too is it's all these companies like Apple and the NBA and Nike are more than happy to co-opt social justice and the principles of social justice right up to the point that it affects their bottom line.
Yep.
And then they're like, just kidding. We don't actually believe in that much free speech.
Right.
And all these companies have had this problem with China. Everybody. I mean, Google, Apple, all of them. Because they all want that big China money.
Yep.
And so they'll say, yeah, we believe in free speech. We believe in this. And then China's like, actually, no, we're going to censor the fuck out of everything. And they're like, okay, China, whatever you say.
Okay, China. Yep.
It's like Apple with that smartphone app that tracks the police.
Yep.
Yeah, they deleted it. And the little Hong Kong
and the Taiwanese flag. Yeah, they removed it too.
Yeah. Get wrecked, China. That's it's all very interesting times we live in.
Yeah. And then there was the NBA basically cut off their players from making any public statements.
Yeah. And they cut off the journalists from asking questions.
Right.
I just wonder, after the events of this week and the fallout we've seen, whether you would both feel differently about speaking out in that way in future.
Excuse me, we're taking basketball questions only.
And then there was a bipartisan reaction where people actually, Ted Cruz and AOC co-signed a letter blasting the NBA for its support of China instead of American values. But they're kowtowing to China too. I don't know if you can say that. Can I say kowtowing to China?
No, we're going to be banned in China. I'm going to be banned in China just for tweeting about Hong Kong.
Yeah.
China does not fuck around.
Nope.
I love the memes though. It was stand for Nike, it's stand for something, even if it means bending the knee to China.
Canceled. From TechSpot, Epic Games face class action lawsuit for knowingly making Fortnite too addictive. The suit claims Fortnite should come with a warning. A law firm in Montreal filed the legal notice on behalf of the parents of two children aged 10 and 15 and claims that playing Fortnite causes the brain to release dopamine in the same way as taking drugs such as cocaine, resulting in chemical addiction.
Raise your kids, you lazy Instagram parents. I know what you're doing. You want to go on there and scroll through Instagram and flirt with people from high school that you haven't seen in a while. And your kids are fucking on Fortnite learning their dances and having their little community, and you can't discipline them or tell them to get off because you just don't want to deal with the backlash of telling your child no. And so you're suing the fucking company instead. Just be a parent. What is wrong with these people? They want a nanny state. There was somebody in one of my special adult meetings talking about how they got addicted to cocaine and Fortnite.
You're like, there might be some truth to this.
Marriage. But still, video games are addictive.
Yeah, all video
games.
games.
Not just Fortnite. They're all made. Phones are. Apps are.
Television is.
Get some fucking self-control. And if you have problems with this stuff, go start a 12-step program for Fortnite.
For 10-year-olds. Okay, and then there's the Joker. Just Joker. The media has been trying to cancel Joker.
Was that your Joker face?
Claiming it glorifies a killer and could encourage copycat attacks.
I feel like the media on this was insane. They were like, we'd hate if there was a shooting. Wouldn't want to see anyone got shot up in a movie about the Joker.
Uh-huh.
It was like almost instigating somebody to do it. They were almost
just so
daring
they could cover
somebody to go do this so that they could be like, see everything we said.
Matt Walsh tweeted, thoughts and prayers for the media after the opening weekend of Joker went by and nobody committed a mass shooting. You guys tried your best to provoke one, really gave it your all. I can't imagine your disappointment.
They literally did, though. It's so irresponsible.
Also, I love that they're like, oh, Rock and Roll Part 2, a song by convicted child sex offender Gary Glitter plays while the Joker is coming down the stairs. It's like, that's the Hey song. It's at every football game, every NBA game.
Yeah, it's literally everywhere. You've never seen anyone complain about it. Hey! Hey! And then there was that kid who he tried to do a prank. He made a flyer.
It read, please note we are enforcing a strict no singles policy for tonight's showing of Joker due to safety precautions. We will not be admitting anyone without an additional partner.
Yeah, so he posts this. He tweets it. Was it AMC?
Yeah, AMC.
They apologize and say, oh my God, we're sorry, blah, blah, blah. That's not our sign. Then they go on the camera and find out that it's this idiot kid. And they ban him from every single AMC. And this is why Sam and I were like, and this is why this kid's going to become the Joker now. Because he's like, I was just trying to be funny. I was just trying to make a prank. And then he did a whole fake apology like Shane Gillis. He's just a kind of failed comedian.
So that is the guy who's going to be the Joker.
Yeah, was the Joker.
It's going to be the guy who got banned from AMC for his bad joke.
In Phetasy news...
We launched Phetasy.com.
Yes.
We've got merch.
Yeah. You're not woke, you're annoying. We've got this.
This is a sassy shirt for sassy folks.
In several different colors.
And people, we have mugs. This is a great mug for your angriest uncle on Facebook. Beanies.
With the Phetasy logo.
Black,
white, and gray.
And my personal favorite, because I love Bill Belichick.
Hoodies.
Champion hoodies, so they're nice quality.
That's the back.
And you can rep. There's nothing on the front.
Yeah.
So you just rep from behind. I've got a target on my back. So check it out. We have a bunch of stuff and more stuff coming and constantly.
We'll be adding more designs. Yes. Walk-ins welcome this week was me.
Yeah. Cousin Maggie on Walk-ins Welcome. So if you want to get to know more about the voice behind the voice.
I don't know what that means.
You're the voice behind the voice of reason. This week's BDE award goes to Ellen DeGeneres because she got canceled or they tried. She came out and said something about how she can still have friends she does disagree with. And this is what used to be cool about America, and that we're losing some of this. And then proceeded to get piled on by the entire internet because of the photo of her with George W. Bush.
But during the game, they showed a shot of George and me laughing together. And so people were upset. They thought, why is a gay Hollywood liberal sitting next to a conservative Republican president? And but just because I don't agree with someone on everything doesn't mean that I'm not going to be friends with them. When I say be kind to one another, I don't mean only the people that think the same way that you do. I mean be kind to everyone. Doesn't matter.
And Dave Rubin made a really good point yesterday. He was saying that, this story should actually be a feel-good story about a guy who ran and made gay marriage a wedge issue, sitting next to Ellen and her wife and having a good time, and how he's opened his mind and become more tolerant. And instead, everyone piles on her. I get frustrated because when I see Americans and they're like, this is a war criminal, I'm like, you live in America. We are the world power. Like, what did you think it was like from giving hugs all over the world?
Right.
Do you think we got this way by just being the nice guy? All of our presidents could probably be called war criminals by someone in the world. It's complicated and nuanced, and because it's complicated and nuanced, it would be better to have a discussion than to just say, you should never be seen with that person.
I liked Ellen's message where it was like, I talk about kindness, and that's not just kindness to people that you agree with.
Yeah, and people...
It's finding the common humanity
and by
being
the way,
kind to
say
others.
that he is a war criminal. Who gets to determine who's worthy of kindness? You're saying essentially... Not that her message of be kind to everyone. When I say everyone, I mean everyone, even people who need forgiveness. In saying no, that's not the way it goes. You're basically saying no, the mob gets to determine who gets kindness, which is terrifying. Go out and interact with humans, volunteer, be of service. There are so many people doing so many good things. That's my Ellen spiel.
I like it. Well, now we're going to go from you saying wonderful, nice things to
and now I'm going to tear someone down.
Bridget.
I need to knock someone down a few pegs, and this smug deserves it because he talks like this to everyone like they're pieces of shit. Bill Maher broke me this week. He often breaks me. This week in particular, only because he did a whole segment at the end of his show. What drives me insane about this is that he talks about specifically California-based liberal policies.
Each unit was projected to cost $140,000. The cost for each unit has risen to $531K.
All of the problems we have, they're California problems.
Yep.
We're the most liberal state in America. And honestly,
it's a disaster.
It's a disaster. Every one of our cities is like in ruin. There's typhus in LA. Homelessness is rampant.
If you look around this city lately, you probably are saying to yourself, either the homeless problem is getting worse or camping isn't what it used to be.
We're having tons of problems. And these are not policies that they don't come from anyone else other than Democrats. It's been years and decades and years of Democratic policies. So he does that and then somehow magically makes it about Trump.
This level of systematic graft and greed. Now, Donald Trump certainly represents many of the ills our country has been living with for a long time. But perhaps none more than that America is now Scamerica.
How dare you, sir? How dare you make me more MAGA?
Well,
How dare you make me MAGA?
Make you defend Trump. That's...
I hate anyone who makes me... It's Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
You went from talking about the high rail, homelessness, all housing, all these problems that are Californian, and then magically connecting it to Trump and making it seem like this is somehow his, even though he's like, oh, he's reflective of this, it still makes it seem like this is somehow his fault.
Right.
Like you're blaming him. It is, it's dishonest to your audience and you're encouraging more Trump derangement syndrome. B, it's a total lack of self-awareness and taking any kind of personal responsibility. You voted for these people, Bill Maher. You voted for these policies.
Yep.
You and all of your friends and all of your f***ing audience.
Yep.
Not Trump. they use California as an example of what not to become federally.
Right.
Like, what are you talking? It drives me insane.
And
you're only making his argument for him.
Right.
Trump's argument.
Right.
You only help him. If you're going to try and apply federally what you have applied in the state of California, well, most people are going to be like, yeah, no thanks.
Uh-huh. And he is putting you in a position of having to defend Trump.
Yeah, I
which
don't
you
want to
hate.
defend this guy. But don't make everything about him. You could have gone in so many different directions with that bet.
Right. And actually...
And maybe called out your own party and your own policies.
Elevated your audience's knowledge base a little bit by actually providing some facts. Anyway.
I'm broken. I, on the other hand, love you. I love you. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, Sam and Maggie. Thank you, Hope a Dope. Thank you, Better Phetasy, my parody account, who's now doing research for us throughout the week. So we started an email. We'll pop it up right here. weeklydumpsterfire@gmail. And send us stories, send us links, tell your friends about us. Touch my bells and buttons. This has been your Dumpster Fire for the week of October 6th to October 12th. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich.